Hi, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to episode 77 of Raise the Hold. It's the final episode of the season. It's going to be a massive episode, so we want to keep things moving along. You can see, first of all, we're going to play Manchester City. Essentially, if we don't get absolutely hammered, we'll win the league because we have a superior goal difference, but we'd like to get a point to make sure we guarantee that. Then the big one, the Champions League final. And of course, after that, we have our goal of the season. And be sure to check out my Twitter at AussieVillain to vote for your favourite goal. Now, this is the team we're going with against City. We're resting a lot of the big guns because, like I say, if we look at the table, you can see we're 3 points up. We've got a plus 12 goal difference on Manchester United. So barring absolute disaster, we've won the league. So we're just going to rest players ahead of the Champions League final. So going with Pereira in goal, Armizovic, Magnanelli and Cadden in the defence. Mings and Bree providing the width. Doyle Hayes and Dixon in midfield, going with the Boob, Molyneux and Callum Mosley. As a front three, hopefully there'll be some goals here and we can just have a nice chilled out, relaxing game before we head into the Champions League final. All right, so they're going 4-4-2, which is a little bit different to what City normally does. I'm assuming they've had probably a change of manager because they have been a little bit cold this season, haven't they? So I'm sure they have. Let's go out, give the performance for the fans. We'll give some calm. We have faiths. And this will hopefully be a nice way to finish off the league season. All right, here we go. I forgot to mention last episode too that the game against Sheffield Wednesday, that was actually our last game at Villa Park. We're due to move into our new 67,000-seater stadium for next season. So it was a bit remiss of me not to mention it at the time. But yeah, that was our last game at Villa Park, which is, at least we won. It wasn't maybe the performance we would have liked to have given the great stadium to send her off, but we got the win, and I think that's the main thing. So James Wilson goes down in history as scoring the final goal at Villa Park, certainly in a competitive game anyway. I'm not sure friendlies, we might play a friendly or two there. Depends when the game decides to open our new stadium for us. Let's see if we can get this ball clear. Oh, it's a decent cross in, but Pereira's there, plucks it from the air. Maybe a little bit lucky there, actually. So we're looking motivated here. I'd like to see some of these young guys, if they can get on the score sheet. That would be nice. We haven't had much of the game, though, so far, have we? We might just give them maybe a demand more here. See if we can get a little bit more out of them. We have to start looking towards next season as well and what we're going to do over the summer. I'm thinking left back is maybe somewhere we can look to upgrade because Ben Davies, although he's been really good, he is 30 now. He's on $100,000 a week, and I'm just wondering if there's maybe, if not a complete upgrade, there may be a cheaper option that we can look to bring in if we can get a fee for him. Striking, we're looking really good up front. I think Wilson has over 30 goals. Cameron's looked good. He's about 15. Gonzalez has 10 as well. Callum Mosley's got a few, as has the Boob. So I think we're looking pretty good up front, and we have young players up front as well that are only going to get better. Man United's drawing Leicester, so if they don't win, then we don't even have to particularly worry. I'm going to say not great, because I don't think we have been particularly good. I don't think we've had a highlight, have we? But the main thing here, I think, is just try and get through the game. Magnanelli is really the only player, and Mings potentially, because we do have a few injuries at left back. But they're the only two that are starting here. Magnanelli will start the final if he's fit. Mings, it just depends if Ben Davies is back or not. It looks as though we're going to have Luis Felipe back and possibly Dele Alli as well, which is great. We've lost Jordan Cameron more than likely because there was about a 2-week break, a week and a half break in the game between this game and the final. But Gonzalez is back, so we'll have him and Wilson up top. And if we go for Patrick Roberts, we'll have the Holy Trinity back for the final. Let's see if we can build something here. Molyneux goes out to Bree. Can Bree get across into the box? It's a decent ball in for Molyneux. Go on, Molly. Go on, son. Oh, it's off the post. Oh, it's a penalty. We've got a penalty for something. The Boob's had his shirt pulled. All right, come on, Booby. I haven't seen him take a penalty before, so we'll find out together what he's like. Go on, son. Yes! right. And so with that goal, that is actually not a bad penalty, was it? That puts us closer to a mathematical certainty now of winning the league. It would mean, of course, that City would need to score twice because a draw is going to be enough for us no matter what Manchester, even if they do manage to put 13 past Leicester. It's a little bit disappointing. Let's, again, try to demand more. Callum Mosley's not having his best game. He's fired up, though. Neither of the front two, which leads me to think that that could be just an issue of service. We maybe aren't creating too much for them. I don't really want to take Mosley off. We'll give them an encouragement here. Doyle Hayes has got a few bookings now as well. It's okay. This is okay. This is okay. We're getting there. This will actually be, if we, let's not talk about winning just yet then. Can we get this clear, please? We can. It's going to fall to De Bruyne. Oh, it's a good goal. Leicester's beating Manchester United. Look at that, 3-1. So the league title is ours. It's a shame that goal's gone in and we could still go on and get a winner. But it would have been really nice to put out the reserves and go and win at the Etihad. That would have been quite something. But we just didn't quite get out to him quick enough, and he's done well to score there. 5 minutes of stoppages. It's all a formality, guys, because we are going to be officially league champions. There we go. Hopefully not the last time this episode we'll be seeing the claret and blue ribbons falling down, or it's more confetti, isn't it, than ribbons. Let's just go with well done, lads. There's no point being too critical. All right, there it is. Aston Villa clinch Premier League title with the 1-1 draw. We've done the double because we did, of course, win the Carling Cup. I think it was, wasn't it? We won that earlier on, got a nice trophy in the bag early on. 2 times in a row for Aston Villa. It's all coming up us. Look at this, 30 million in the bank. See, we've won 2 titles in a row now, which is really, really good stuff. We've paid out 5 million in bonuses. And now for the big one, let's go beat Real Madrid in the Champions League final. Okay, here it is, the Champions League final. Now, just before we get underway, I just want to have a look at this. I want to dampen expectations a little bit here. 5-0, they beat Atletico Madrid in the second leg. 8-3, they have beaten Juventus. 4-1 against Sporting, maybe that's not quite so impressive. But 8 goals past Juventus, 5 goals past Atletico Madrid. Oh my God. So these are the heroes that we're sending out. You can see we've actually got quite a few of our players back, which is very nice. So it's Golini in goal, Van Drongelen, Magnanelli and Kone across the back. Mings and Stamankovic. Now he has the job of marking Vinicius Jr., according to how we expect Real Madrid to line up. So I'm glad we have Stamankovic's pace because Vinicius Jr. looks like quite the player in the year 2023. We're going with Lima and Luis Felipe in midfield. He gets the nod just over Dele Alli because his match sharpness is slightly better, but you see Dele's on the bench, so hopefully he's there if we need him. Then we've got the Holy Trinity back together again. Paddy Roberts, Gonzalez, and of course Wilson. And on the bench, let's go through the bench. We have Pereira, Ahmedzovic, Bree, Doyle Hayes, Dele Alli, the Boob, and Callum Mosley's on the bench as well. That's it, guys. They're the heroes. Let's hope we can go and do one better than last year. And they are lining up as expected, which is good. Look at that lineup. It's just really good. This Belletti, I don't want to go through them all because it's just going to scare me and upset me, but they're good. They're really, really good. Do it for the fans. I think that's really the way to go, isn't it? They've been fantastic. And then the old calm faith. They're going to have their nerves jangling. I have my nerves jangling. So let's just try and calm them down. Send them out there with clear heads. This is it, guys. Good luck. Okay, here we go. The only problem, the sort of fear I have, is with Gonzalez and Felipe and also Dele Alli. Of course, they've been injured. Their match sharpness is not what we really would like it to be, but they're really good players. They've been good players for us, so we want to go out there with them. I'm confident in the team that I've picked. I think Joyce is maybe unlucky not to be on the bench, but when it came down to Dele Alli or Joyce has been in good form, but it had to be Dele, didn't it? It's not a good header. We haven't done well there. Oh, we're letting Bernardo Silva run at us. What are we doing? That's a terrible shot. That's okay. Would rather we didn't leave him that much space, but that's okay. It's okay. So we're looking motivated. Let's give them some encouragement. We've been in the game so far. I really am quite fearful. The way that we're attacking this tactically is we're sitting a little bit deeper because they tend to score more of their goals from through balls and they don't score many headers. So we're trying to protect ourselves from getting a through ball past the high line. Here we go. Can we get something from the corner? No. It's gone out to Paddy Roberts. What can he do for us into Conrad Lima? We've got some space out here. Come on, Paddy Roberts. Find the pass he has. Luis Felipe. All right, we're building. Let's not get counted here. It's a nice first-time ball through. It's a penalty. It's a free kick. No, it's fallen for Paddy Roberts, though. Can he do something? Come on, Paddy. Go on, son. Gets the ball there. Wilson! Oh! We still have it. The highlight continues. Come on. Let's get something here. Mings. Can Mings get a cross in? No, he's kept the ball, though. We're building. We're patient. I like it. Come on. Oh, it's a horrible pass. And here comes the counter. Oh, no. Belletti. Can we... Oh, Golini. It's one for the cameras. Oh, well, that was some nice patient build-up play, though. I can deal with that, more or less. Not a massive fan of Mings being on a yellow, and we really do not have anybody else to play left wing-back. The plan, if there was to be something happen, is Van Drongelen goes out there and we bring Ahmedzovic on to play in defence, but we don't really want to do that. 0-0 at the break. We've each had 2 shots on goal. They've had probably slightly better of it, but it hasn't been terrible. Okay, I think what we're going to do, we're going to go for a passionate "it's time to dig in," and that has not worked. And then we're going to go some calm team talks here. As ever, these get tedious, guys. We're going to just keep everything the same tactically. I'm just going to go through and do these team talks, and we'll come back for the second half. Okay, here we go. The nerves start to settle in now, don't they? Make sure you do stick around after this game, though. We do have our goal of the season, the compilation of honourable mentions, and then, of course, the top 4, which you can vote on Twitter. There's going to be some screamers. I'm really looking forward to putting that together after this game. But first things first. All right, Mings, let's stay on your feet, son. Can we win this back, please? It's very early on in the second half here. It's very early on. Oh, look at the space over here. Why does he have so much space? Mings wins the ball back, did he? Oh, he's going to get sent off. He's not going to get sent off. We got away. I thought he was done. Okay, come on, Luis Felipe knocks it in. Paddy Roberts. Come on, Paddy Roberts. Oh, what a save that is. Go! Walter Gonzalez in from the cold, from his injury, in from the medical room. And look at that Paddy Roberts shot. Kone's done well to keep it alive. Gonzalez has just left unmarked and he's whacked it in for us. 1-0. We are in front in the Champions League final. Oh, yes. Come on, boys. Oh, my throat's a little dry, tickly after that screaming. All right, let's keep our heads here. Let's not go and concede again. Mings is making me nervous. I really wish that he wasn't on a yellow. All right, can we launch a counter-attack here? It's gone out to Wilson. Let's just try and keep it here. I would like to give them a concentrate, but of course I always give them a praise after a goal. Paddy Roberts, can he get a ball through? Can he get a ball through for Wilson? He can. Come on, Wilson. Go on, son. Go! That's 2-0 up. We are on fire. 2 goals in almost as many minutes. And is this going to be the day? We have to start and not think like that. But 2-0 up, 4 minutes into the second half. We have come out on absolute fire. Look at the motivation. Oh, this is fantastic. Can we do this? Look, suddenly we've had 9 shots on goal, 7 on target. Suddenly we're just absolutely on fire. Now, the question, I think, is with Mings, do we maybe take him off, given that he's on a yellow, or do we trust him? He's already had that one foul where I thought he was going to get sent off. Right, let's think what we can do here. Oh, Wilson, you've let him go. Can we get back? Van Jongelen's there. Can we clear it? Let's clear it down the line here, please, Mings. Clear it down the line. Van Jongelen. Oh, nice. Look at that. Ole! There's a ball down the line for Wilson. Come on, son. Get a ball in for Roberts. He's got Gonzalez. Go on, Gonzalez. Go on, son. Go on. Go! What a team we are. We are surely now going to be European champions. Walter Gonzalez at the double. He's come in from injury. And look at that for a finish. Pick that out of the net. Oh, soak it in, boys. Soak it in. What a second half this has been. Luis Felipe starting to look a little tired. We know that he was just coming back from injury. Let's try and keep it fresh. We have Dele Alli on the bench. I don't see a reason not to use him, to be honest. But we know he can dribble a little bit more. He's a bit better on the ball, with the ball at his feet, than is Luis Felipe. So we'll make that change and keep this going, hopefully. Mings is the one that worries me, but can we do it again? Roberts knocks it in to Magnanelli. It's a penalty. Ho ho! So this is Gonzalez for the hat trick. Oh, come on. Hat trick in the Champions League final. Walter Gonzalez! Here I was, worried about the attacking potency of Real Madrid, and we have absolutely belted them. We have belted them all the way back. It's in the Bernabeu, and it's in the new camp as well, so the Barcelona fans will be loving us for this. We had a DVD, of course, when we beat them 3-0 at Villa Park in our first ever Champions League game last season. And here we are, what it would be about 18 months later, absolutely handing their buttocks to them in the final 4-0. Imagine what we would have done to Juventus if they put 8 past Juventus. All right, come on, Mings. Let me get another one. No, he's lost the ball there. You know what we might do is, given that this is essentially done, after this highlight, Callum Mosley, warm up, son. You're coming on in the Champions League final. Gonzalez is there. Can he get 4? But back to Kone, out to Stemenkovic. Stemenkovic, we haven't seen much of him, but the fact that Vinicius Jr. hasn't really been in the game. There we go, Wilson. Go on, son. Go on, Wilson. Oh, that was almost 5. Okay, we're going to make that Wilson's last contribution. He already has a goal, but it's time for Callum Mosley, one of our youth graduates. One of you guys, he is on in the final. There's no pressure, mate. Go out there and see if you can nick yourself a goal. You know what we might do too? We might put him on penalty. So if we do happen to get another penalty, Mr. Mosley can go and take that. So we want to go into tactics. We want to go into set pieces, penalties, and where is Callum? There he is. We'll put him up there. Okay. What a second half performance. This is absolutely amazing. Kone from the corner, just over the bar. If you are enjoying this, make sure you leave us a thumbs up because the boys certainly deserve it. What a performance. In the final, 4-0. Even Barcelona at their pomp weren't doing this to teams in the final. Stemenkovic knocks it back into Callum Mosley. It's a shot on goal for Callum, but unfortunately it wasn't really the angle for him, was it? Let's give them one final encouragement. I wonder what the biggest score in a final is. There's probably, back in the 50s and 60s when it was still the European Cup, there was quite a few high-scoring games back then, wasn't there? So I'm sure it's not maybe a record, but certainly in Champions League history, I can't remember much more than this. I mean, we had last year, didn't we? Real Madrid put 3 past Juventus in real life. Get that away, we can. Van Drongelen, can we launch a counter-attack? Mosley with the ball. He's put a wonderful ball over the top for Gonzalez. Look at that for a pass. Can he get 4? Gonzalez, he's played it through for Paddy Roberts. Scores! 5! We wanted Callum to get on the score sheet, but I tell you what, look at that for a pass. That's the next best thing. That's a wonderful ball. Gonzalez is through, plays it through nicely for Paddy Roberts to make it 5-0 in the. This is the Champions League final, and it is 5-0. What a performance this has been. Now I start to panic that I forgot to hit record, because that would be just my luck, wouldn't it? But I'm sure I've hit record. I'm sure I'm not just talking to myself. Soak it in, guys. Let's enjoy these final few seconds. Well, we have done it. 5-0. And it is, for the second time this episode, the claret and blue confetti. Soak it in. That was absolutely magnificent. 5-0 in the Champions League final. We cannot say anything other than a nice, passionate, I love you all. And there it is. Aston Villa lift the Champions Cup 5-0. Victorious Aston Villa celebrate a famous treble. Not quite the perfect treble, is it? It was the League Cup instead of the FA Cup. But we'll claim it. That was wonderful stuff. And of course, the best thing about this is that we do send Villa Park off with the Champions League trophy being paraded around. End of season awards. Here we go. Now, this I thought might be a little bit of interest to look at. This is considered our all-time 11. So Scolini in goal, which I think is fair enough. Conti at right back. Certainly, Stemenkovic will take that eventually. Kone, Van Drongelen, and Mings at left back. I think that's all fair enough. Jedinak, the great man, the holy man in, that's probably sacrilege, but Jedinak in defensive midfield. I think he was magnificent for so long. Lima and Felipe in midfield. I think fair enough. They've gone with the 3, like a 4-3-3. So we've got Wilson, Roberts, and Gonzalez. It is the holy trinity, so I think that is only fair enough. If we look at the reserves, Johnson, I mean, he's the only keeper that's really played a full season, so maybe fair enough. Elphick as a centre-back, interesting. I'm not sure I completely agree with that. Ben Davies, fair enough. Conor Horahan, I'd say yes. Albert Adoma, maybe in this formation you'd make an argument, but I think we have had better players. Dele Alli and Scott Hogan. Scott Hogan was quite good for us for a few seasons there, wasn't he? So I think all in all, most of that is fair enough. But let me know what you think our all-time 11 would be. I think that's probably getting close to it, though. But here they are. Here are our end-of-season awards. You can see Wilson was given our Player of the Year, 46% of the vote. Stemenkovic and Adoma runner-up. Doyle Hayes was given the Goal of the Season. So check out for that and other goals, of course, coming up very shortly in our Goal of the Season, and Aussie Villain on Twitter to vote for your favourites. Stemenkovic, signing of the season, fair enough, I think. It was only really him and Magnanelli, and Stemenkovic was quite brilliant. And of course, he was our Young Player of the Year as well. Team of the Season, Golini, Van Drongelen, Magnanelli, Kone. It's like I'm going through the starting 11, isn't it? Davies and Stemenkovic. Felipe and Lima, and which means, of course, Dele Alli misses out, I think, on the whole season. That's probably fair enough. He didn't turn up for some big games. And then it's Roberts, Wilson, and Cameron break into the top 3. Is that the new Holy Trinity? If we look at stats, James Wilson, top goal scorer with 33. That's quite a brilliant season from him, wasn't it? Ben Davies, the highest average rating at 7.55. Ben Davies, 15 assists was the most as well. So he's had quite a good season, Ben Davies, hasn't he? Earning his $100,000 a week. As I said, I'm not sure if we can maybe improve on that, though. Conrad Lehman, 90% pass rate. Most man of the matches, 7 each for Wilson, for Roberts, and for Ben Davies. Lima, he's all business in midfield, isn't he? 10 yellow cards, 2 red cards, but 90% pass completion. And the season review, winners of the Champions League, winners of the Premier League. Zelo, you let us down in that red card against Manchester United. Cost us maybe the perfect season. Carabao Cup winners, of course. Community Shield, that was probably me. If we remember back to the start, I made a few silly subs. Moment of the season, I mean, was 4-0 against Fulham really our match of the season? that is probably debatable given what just happened. Moment to forget, 2-0 loss to Manchester United. That was early on in the season, if you remember. It might have even been the first game, and we were quite horrible that game. So that definitely was the moment to forget. Average attendance, 99% full, just under 50,000. 27 players used. That's actually a little bit less than we've had in previous seasons. So I think I'm getting a little bit better on that front, aren't I? And if we look at the squad dynamics, excellent. You can see Wilson, Lima, and Van Drongelen are the team leaders. So, I mean, all's good on that front. We've replaced Horahan and Yadanak quite well, haven't we, this season? So that's it for this season. Thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Next season's going to be huge as we look to defend all the trophies. But until Thursday, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you very much for watching. And here are our goals of the season. We'll catch you next time. Enjoy. And here are our top 4 goals of the 22-23 season. Vote for your favourite now on Twitter.